She was a traffic police officer, but she preferred to do the work of a drug enforcement officer. One day, she stopped a vehicle. The drug dealer inside the car tried to get rid of her by lying that the car had broken down and asked her to help push it. While the female officer was pushing the car, her accomplice took out a gun and tried to shoot her, but the driver just drove away directly. Watching the vehicle run through the red light and flee wildly, the female officer chased after it. The drug enforcement team had been following this lead for a long time, so they told the female officer to stop the chase, but she just hung up directly. Then the drug enforcement team had no choice but to pursue and plan to intercept the female officer first, but this also alerted the drug dealers, so they made a sharp turn and stopped the female officer. But she didn't stop at all and chased after the suspects again. However, the suspect vehicle had disappeared. Even the chief at the command center couldn't find the suspect vehicle on the surveillance. But the female officer didn't give up. She reviewed all the surveillance footage at the police station. She noticed a red truck that had been following the suspect vehicle all along. The truck wasn't as fast as a motorcycle, but its only advantage was its large space. The female officer suddenly understood. The big truck had opened its rear to let the SUV drive in. That's why it disappeared so quickly and couldn't be found on the surveillance. Meanwhile, the chief had also taken notice of this truck. The man casually threw a cigarette box on the ground. The chief instantly understood. This was because an undercover agent was passing information to him, so he immediately ordered the operation to begin. The truck was heading towards the transaction site, but just as the drug dealer was about to make the deal, the female officer arrived at the scene and said they had violated traffic rules. The drug dealer looked very impatient. Seeing that the female officer was in danger, the chief immediately ordered everyone to take action. At that moment, the crime boss gave a command. Fortunately, the undercover agent quickly drew his gun and held the crime boss at gunpoint. In an instant, everyone's guns were pointed at the undercover agent. As the drug dealer was about to make a move, he was taken out by a sniper. Suddenly, the crime boss delivered an elbow strike and ran behind his henchman. The undercover agent had no choice but to hide behind a pillar. Fortunately, the special forces arrived in time and made precise shots at the drug dealers. The female officer's hat even fell off in fright. Her reckless behavior directly led to the failure of a 2-year undercover operation.